Well, here we go again. This is the guy on the block I was mentioning earlier. Hopefully, he continues to holler so we get good footage or audio. Now, mind you, this guy's probably almost a block away, maybe more, and you can hear him this loud once he hollers. Hold on. And Pottstown cops hear him? Seems to think this is normal. Hear him? I have a question for parents too. Do any of you teach your children indoor voice and how when to scream? Like at football games, that's okay. Basketball, recreational sports. But walking down the street, come on. Out in front of your house, come on. Now, granted, I don't know if this guy actually lives in this neighborhood, but I hear him at least 16 times a week. Uh oh. Sounds like a female's involved. Who's Larry? Why are you hollering? So, yeah, I don't know if these are the guys or not that are hollering, but there they are. They just come up from that way. There's a bunch of them, too. There's one here, one over there. They just all come up collectively. One of them sounds like the loudmouth girl that was out here the other day. And she seems to be standing straight across the street, staring up at me, I guess. I don't know what she's staring at. Uh-oh. That must be the last of the meth head crew. It's up a fat man's ass. Go get it. Uh-oh, he wants his bag.
Dad, I fucking hate this shit!
Well, move. California is the place you ought to be. Load up your junk heap and move to Beverly. Man, if anybody needs their neck bolts tightened, this guy does. 4 points, Depakote, Seroquel, fucking whatever else they give you for fucking Looney Tuneville. Thorazine. Oh, there's this today's screamer. He's back again. Didn't get his way, so he's like a kid in a candy store. Here's a clue, Chief. Get off the drugs, get a job, and if you can't work, go on SSI and stay away from the drugs. Sip a little wine for your stomach infirmities, as the Bible directs. But lay off the sauce completely. I mean, like don't shine your ass on a bar stool, and stay away from the drug dealers, and you'll be happy. It might not be overnight. It might take a little while, but you will be happy. See, you can own a TV. Look at that TV. Look at that TV. There's another TV over there. I got a bigger TV out there. See what you can own when you don't get high and act like a fucktard? Sorry, but it's true. And your underwear will be actually your underwear. You won't have to steal them. See that? Your socks and underwear will be yours. You won't have to raid. Oh my God. She's out there screaming now. What is going on with it? How'd they get back down the street? Maybe there's a bunch of them yelling. I don't know. Do you hear them? This goes on in Pottstown on the daily. Where in the F are the cops? Where are the F are the mental health workers? Putting these people where they need to be, getting help, getting back on their meds, or whatever the hell is going on with these people. They tried to make him go to rehab, but they won't die like Amy. No offense to Amy, she was a beautiful woman that could sing. That was a major tragedy to not just England, but the world. Amy Winehouse, I'm referring to. It's a shame what happened to her, what let happen to her. That's what my point. He is still screaming at the top of his lungs. I don't know where he's at. It might be back in Apple Street alleyway now. But there goes the cops right there, down the street. La-di-da-di-da. Now, he is a loose cannon walking around this town. You don't know if he has a knife, a screwdriver, a hammer. You don't know what he has on him. A rock, a brick. He could be carrying anything to hurt somebody. And where, like I said, where are the mental health workers? I think Trump's right. I hope he wasn't joking about opening up the mental asylums again. We really need mental health. We really need mental health in this country. Not just for the Democrats, but for, sick people in the streets wandering around trying to bite themselves in the face and barking at tree leaves. This is ridiculous. It makes society so much more dangerous just walking to the store, especially if you're elderly or you're disabled. I'm blind myself and have multiple other disabilities wrong with me. I take insulin twice a day. I'm on heart medications. I literally got to walk down the street with clutching my life alert button in case one of them, like him, walk up to me. It's ridiculous. I do have a taser and mace and all kinds of other things that I, employ, but such as the life alert button. But my God, it's terrifying walking to your bank and walking home. And that was before the shutdown. It's terrifying walking to the store just to get a fucking soda and you encounter 15 like him. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not trying to be prejudiced. I don't know if this man's black or white. He sounds white, but he needs to be taken off the street and taught, anger management, something. Behavioral modification with a little medication won't hurt him, I'll bet you. And I mean the right kind of meds, not some street fentanyl or whatever he's on. So there you go. And I'm assuming they're heroin addicts because heroin will do that to you when you're withdrawing. I guarantee you that. And there's no methadone to quell the rage within, if you will. So I guess they're going for now, but you get my point. What the hell happened to this town? This town went from you could count the crazies on one hand years ago, and you knew who to avoid, or at least you knew who was who. The drug corridor used to be right out here at Washington Street. A little bit of Beach, a little bit of Walnut, a little bit of Chestnut, maybe in the alleyways. There's Lesher Alley and another alley up there. That was a drug corridor. Now it's fucking everywhere. I mean, it exploded. It's like somebody dropped retard bombs all over town and dropped these people off. It's like, oh, excuse my unpoliticalness, whatever. I don't care. I don't use pronouns and I call it as I see it. So, I just don't get this. It's like a population of explosion of just mentally ill drug addicts, like of every flavor, like potheads to, and I listen, I'm an advocate for marijuana, recreational and medicinal. I think marijuana has done less harm than the alcohol. Now, with that said, we can grow marijuana for hemp and all kinds of other good things. It could be used for medically. It could be used for. So, I'm all for legalizing that. Now, with all that said, all these class 1 drugs and all this other shit, man, they need to stomp like a forest fire. You know what I mean? Put it out, Smokey the Bear. You take away their drugs and their fentanyl and their heroin, and you're left with this. That's half the problem. The other half is getting these people stabilized into a rehab long term, 18 months, getting their brains cleared from the fog. You know what I mean? Their brain chemistry needs to return to normal, and then teach them life skills and manners. That's inappropriate behavior, Jimmy. Even though you're 42, you weren't taught that. Well, we're here to teach you ethics, morals, values, principles, common courtesy, respect, all that all over again. You can't go around screaming at the top of your lungs. And it doesn't scare me because I'm up on a 3rd floor. But can you imagine what he's doing to some elderly woman walking up the street trying to get home? with her walker or her wheelchair. He's probably scaring her Depends full. You know what I mean? I mean, that's ridiculous. What are the cops doing about that? What is mental health doing about that? Think about that. It's crazy. So, Pottstown Screamer, there he is, new Screamer on the block. Same old Screamer. He was screaming before. I just started recording him because the other Screamers are gone. Chatty Cathy and the one over at Pollock Building. I don't know where he got off to. Maybe he's down getting his neck bolts tightened and a shock collar on. Hopefully that's what he needs. All these people need shock collars and handlers. Come and shooting them up to calm them down a little bit. You know what I mean? Whew. All right. Praise God. Long live the king. Jesus, but long live Trump too.